Aloha. Welcome to the Beyond Breakthrough Show, where our mission is to help others break through barriers and unlock their full potential for an abundant life of health, wealth, and freedom. My name is Jean Grosso, and I'm coming to you live from Honolulu, Hawaii.
And my name is Charlotte Land, coming to you live from the Phoenix, Arizona area. Welcome, everyone. I just want to start off and saying, hey, Jeannie, it was so good to see you again this week in this podcast. I know we have a lot of exciting information for people today and some solutions to some really significant issues that people are suffering today. I'll tell you, before all this, I didn't really even know. I always worried about it, but never really thought about how 5G and EMF, electromagnetic fields, are affecting people physically, mentally, and it's affecting not only their lifestyle and their fatigue levels, but we're also hearing about people getting things like ringing in the ears and experiencing high levels of anxiety. So we have Jeannie Grosso here today. She is a friend of mine, and we've been friends for about, well, gosh, almost 13 years, 12, 13 years. We met in Kona, Hawaii at church. And what I love about Jeannie is her tenacity and her heart for people. Her mission and her vision to help people. She watched her parents suffer from, her mother had early dementia onset and eventually died of dementia. And then her father suddenly died of collapse and died and had heart disease. And so that led her down a path. She's a medical massage therapist, esthetician, former wellness owner out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And Jeannie, you come with a lot of diverse experience, also a nutrition expert. Tell me what you know a little bit about EMF, what you've been hearing, and what are the things, some of the solutions that you've come to know about through your health journey.
Yes, thank you, Charlotte. I know with your experience too, being 30 years in nursing, in hospice and palliative care, and really caught my attention, like talk about the hardest nursing career you could choose, and you chose that. And what you've shared with me over the years since I've known you, how much it's declined with even younger people, and now being in the neurological unit. I'm glad that we chose this topic today on EMF, Wi-Fi, 5G, and microwave frequencies, including the solar and cosmic radiation and how that affects our body. And then with the solution is glutathione. So what we've come to learn is that these EMF frequencies that really were not around 30 years ago. So this is why even the young people are at major risk, because the EMF frequencies are everywhere. The 5G towers, the solar radiation, okay, think about this. I was just speaking to someone yesterday. I didn't even think about this solar radiation, not just from the sun, solar panels. Okay.
Yeah.
And now there's articles getting put out with people that have solar panels and electric cars. Okay. Is anyone thinking about this? I just heard this, that not only are the devices, we see children 2 years old sitting there on their devices, at dinner, at this, at that, the computers on the phone, and then COVID shut everybody down and everybody was online. So, I mean, we are bombarded by frequencies. Okay. These frequencies. Now, what the studies have found is that these frequencies cause oxidative stress. And then what oxidative stress causes this, or the frequencies, the toxic frequencies cause the free radical toxin called peroxinitrite. Now, this toxin interacts with your own body's nitric oxide. Okay, so nitric oxide is something that we need, but however, the frequencies interacting it causes a free radical toxin called peroxinitrite. Now, this toxin is so damaging. It does so much more than damage your DNA. and damage your immune system and your body's ability to fight these infections, these toxins, and these free radicals, these oxidative stress. Okay, what it does is it causes inflammation. And inflammation is another name for there's 78 classes of disease, and all of those diseases are an inflammation. So you just have that name. So now, how do we do this? How do we protect our immune system? How do we protect our mitochondrial DNA? And how do we remove this toxin from the cells on a cellular level? So yes, there's some units out there. I mean, I even have a protective coating on my phone that's supposed to be a safe sleeve. There's pendants that you can wear. There's mats that you could be on, but we're still bombarded. No matter what you do, no matter how you eat healthy, no matter how many nutrition you take, no matter how much detox you take, there's only one known antioxidant that can combat the free radical toxin called peroxinitrite, and that is glutathione. So that's why what we have to share is a very big deal, because right now in the medical community, the commonality of all diseases, all bacteria and viral infections, your body's response to these infections, oxidative stress, is all lowers your glutathione levels. Okay, so even if you eat well, you drink a lot of purified water, you get your 8 hours of sleep, you exercise, you go out into nature, I mean, everything you do, you're still going to be affected by oxidative stress and this toxin. So as you age, your glutathione levels decrease at about 10 to 15% per decade. They peak at the age of 20. So by the age of 60, you've already lost half your glutathione levels, but every single day, you're bombarded by 10,000 to 20,000 free radical toxins from the air you breathe. There's hundreds of thousands of toxins known in the air that you breathe, in the water you drink and you bathe with, in the foods that you eat. Not only are the soils depleted of the minerals and the vitamins that it needs, but now you've got toxic food on top of it. And then you have whatever you absorb through your skin. We're even talking about mold, the pores in the mold that you can't see or whatever. This is being absorbed in through respiration, just through breathing and through our skin, which is our largest organ and first line of defense. So now we have this issue. How do we get glutathione into the cells? Well, up until this breakthrough technology, there's never been a way. The only thing we had was IV glutathione, injection therapy. The problem with those are the half-life of glutathione is only 90 minutes. It only gets into the blood. It never gets into the cells. So that's at $200 a pop, $100 a pop. You would effectively need to do it every single day of the week. And at that amount of money and time that it takes, and it's invasive, who wants to be injected with, and sit there and with that, and it doesn't even get into the cell. Besides that, there's a liposomal brands of glutathione, which is, here's a major issue. A liposome is a fat. They get denatured. And then the fat molecule is too large to penetrate a cell membrane. And even if it's nanosized, again, the cells don't want a fat molecule. It's damaging. There's a potential of toxicity, can cause all kinds of problems. There's articles about that. Okay. And then there's capsule form, any kind of pill form gets destroyed in the gut. It's completely out. And then they have precursors like NAC. And NAC is a form of L-cysteine. Okay. It's a form that they say survives the gut a little bit better. But again, the glutathione molecule is a tripeptide, and it's a premier peptide. So that consists of cysteine, glycine, and glutamic acid. So why wouldn't it be better to just have the whole glutathione molecule intact, nanosized, encapsulated into a water molecule that's 400 times more pure than the hospital IV, and you can take it as much as you want, every day by simply swishing it in your mouth like mouthwash, and it goes through the mucous membranes into the bloodstream, across the blood-brain barrier, and into the cell in 70 to 90 seconds intact. Not only that, from working from the inside out, we have the same formula, but with additional ingredients of glutathione, L-cysteine, curcumin, but we also, and vitamin C in the swish, but we also have hyaluronic acid and collagen nanosize. So it goes in, you just spray your skin in a mist, and it goes through every single layer of the skin, into the blood, into the cells. Okay, there's not a single product on the market that can claim to do that. And that's why, Charlotte, we have the biggest breakthrough in human health history and skincare history. We have a technology that has cracked all the codes and basically dwarfed the entire industry, solving the longstanding issue of nutrient absorption and instant cellular utilization. So right now on the market, the best way to protect our cells, our DNA, our immune system, and remove this peroxinitrite, the glutathione molecule sequesters and removes it. And this is what we need. And we've solved that issue. Now we still have to take other precautions, like the, refraining from using, like a lot of people are using the earplugs that are wireless. Why would you do that? That's direct, causing all these other brain and neurological conditions. So being a nurse, Charlotte, can you speak to the way, what happens in the blood and what glutathione does to the hemoglobin and the molecules and how it binds that and detoxifies in the cell? And then with these frequencies, people have to be conscious. I never use a wireless frequency. A wireless earplug. I always use the plug-in earplugs, and I use a speakerphone. But still, we're on a computer right now. I even have special glasses that are the blue blockers from the thing that I wear all the time, usually when I'm on the computer for long periods of time. But still, none of this can do what glutathione can.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, for sure. I want to back up a little bit and kind of break down, first of all, what we're seeing and why we need to be concerned about EMF, because our whole environment is really polluted with it. It's something that we can't, it's sometimes the things that we can't see that are tearing down our bodies and breaking down our bodies environmentally that are the most detrimental. Yes, we can see cloudy air, foggy air, polluted air. We know that we can stay indoors, kind of protect ourselves from that outside air with filtration in our homes. We can rely on filtration with our water, but what we can't see and what's getting directly into our bodies and affecting, as Jeannie was mentioning, it mixes with the nitrates or nitrites in our bodies. Nitrites are good.
Yeah.
They're a good thing, but what happens in that chemical process when the EMF hits it, it causes peroxinitrite is a tissue damaging oxidant that can cause a variety of health issues, from brain fog to kidney disease. And this is very serious. And some people are more prone to different things because they may already have an underlying condition. They already might have a cardiac condition. And really what we're seeing is peroxinitrite can cause contractile dysfunction and some necrosis, meaning dead tissue in the myocardium or in the heart part of the muscle. So this is something that happens over time that breaks down our cells, damages the mitochondria, damages the DNA. It directly affects and causes breakdown of our DNA. What do you think that's going to do a year down the line? Well, let's talk about months down the line, then let's talk about a year down the line, and let's talk about these short-term increments. What is this peroxinitrite doing to our cells and to our body? It will go to areas of inflammation of your body and cause further breakdown, further inflammation. If you're having brain fog and you can't, there's very few places in the US or anywhere that you can go in the world where it's not touched by 5G, where it's not. We were just driving just yesterday. You mentioned this, Jeannie. It's unbelievable. These solar radiation, these solar panels, Nevada and Arizona are huge for these. I can't help but wonder, all these formerly agricultural fields are being taken out and they're putting solar panels and solar energy, and we're driving right by them on the road, and nothing I see lives around them. I don't see birds, I don't see bugs or insects. So I'm thinking these littler animal forms, these insect forms, these smaller life forms don't even live around there. There's no grass, it's dirt, it's desolate. And I wonder to myself, if things can't live near here, things can't grow near here, what is this doing to our bodies and breaking us down? So number one, I'm seeing a lot of things that are occurring in the hospitals. I mentioned this before on our previous show, previous podcast, talking about the effects of what we're seeing, you know, with the jab and increased levels of stroke. People coming in with this peroxinitrite definitely affects people who have progressive neurologic issues. And this is something really sad that we see, and we don't know what the cause is. We're talking about root causes. When we start to eliminate things and start getting our water more pure and our air pure, and start taking care of ourselves on a physical level with the food and the nutrients that we need, and we're supplementing, but we find that it's still not enough. We still find that people are dying of disease. Athletes, you think they're supposed to be so healthy and lean and fit, but yet they're more depleted than the people who are maybe not as healthy and not as active. So there's really a fine balance, but it's not just any antioxidant that can sequester this peroxinitrite. There's no other antioxidant on this earth that can get rid of it, detoxify the cell of it, and buffer the body and future, because we're being bombarded continually, like you said, 10 to 20,000 times a day. And that's just with regular environmental toxins, the things that we clean with, the air that we breathe, the carbon dioxide. But what about what about EMF? If we don't shield ourselves, they said by the year 2040, half of close to 40% of the population is going to be diagnosed with dementia. That's serious. By the year 2040,
And
that's only
kids
15
too.
years from now. And kids, they're suffering from things like autism, inability to concentrate and focus, ADHD, ADD. So not only are these things, we tend to want to chalk it up and put it as it's a genetic thing, or it's already written in the DNA, or the mom had it and now the kid has it. I don't believe that. I believe, yes, some things we have the same habits, we have the same food things, we have the same lifestyles. But when we begin to look at, well, why does one family member get affected with cancer and the other one has really bad heart disease, but yet they're both siblings? So I think it's to what we're exposed to, how that affects our bodies. So getting in the glutathione is key. Like Jeannie, like you mentioned, we have the only technology in the whole world, the nano size, smaller than a cell size. So we're talking about the size, say, of the Earth sphere, and the size of a golf ball penetrating into the atmosphere of the Earth. That's kind of a similar analogy to our cells versus that nano, water encapsulation technology that we have that is allows that glutathione to get in the cell within 70 to 90 seconds. Some people feel it instantly. I agree with you. Sometimes the people who are a little healthier feel it. They're a little bit more in tune with their body. People who maybe have more layers to peel back, a lot of inflammation, any disease process, it's gonna take that much more to kind of break through that barrier and get to the point where your cells will start, again, I call it like a peeling back the layers of an onion. Okay, now this is much improved, or my sleep is improved, and now I'm desiring and craving healthier food and lifestyle. I mean, people have reported that with the glutathione, like I feel more energetic. I want to get out and be more active. So it starts the snowball effect of feeling good, feeling healthy, and desiring better things and changes for our life. So I highly recommend it. I wouldn't go a day without it. Not only all these other modalities you're talking about, things that you can put on your phone, on the outside of your phone to help block EMF. They have bracelets, they have pendants. But what are we doing from the inside out
Exactly.
That can only protect us. We have all the surface area of our skin. We have all the surface area of our body. So what are we doing to get it into every cell in the body within that period of time? So swishing it, staying true to the form of water encapsulation. We're the only ones with this technology. And I would recommend you get with a person who shared this with you. You know, this is a group, a community of like-minded people who are aligned with their health and alive with their open thought process, and we can think for ourselves and know that our bodies were designed to heal from the inside out, from within. So Jeannie, it's always a pleasure, you know, being able to discuss this openly on this forum and being able to bring information. People like to watch videos. I think it's a little easier to watch a video than to read a post sometimes, and I know that's true for me. So yeah, it's been great. Thank you.
And thank you, everyone. And stay tuned for our next one. I think we're going to be talking about skincare next. So join us on our next episode. Have a great night. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone.